Hello everyone. Today we are here to discuss some issues that students are facing after being hit with the unfortunate pandemic COVID-19. Students are the future leaders and the torchbearer of change, and today we have one such guest with us, Mr. Rounak Agarwal. Rounak is currently pursuing his masters from IIM Indore. He is an All India rank holder 2 in ISC exam and AIR 1 in Commerce stream. He has cleared CFA Level 2 and FRM Part 1. Additionally, he also runs his own startup, Clean Streak Laundry. So, Ronak, starting with the first question, with education services going entirely online or virtual, what are the challenges that you as a student are facing?
So there have been a lot of problems. I feel primarily students should be learning offline and it should not be online because there are a lot of things that are not just taught in class, but you learn when you interact with a lot of people and do a lot of activities in schools or maybe B schools or even graduation colleges. So one thing that's entirely missing is peer-to-peer learning. So when you don't interact with a lot of people, you're not learning from one person or the other. It can be a support staff, it can be the teaching staff, it can be your peers in college, or it can be any other interaction that you might have. So sitting back at home, I'm not having that. So I'm missing that a lot. Apart from that, there are professors or teachers that you want to connect with. So that is also missing. So now I can email a professor or I can schedule a call, but you know that does not have the same connect. Apart
Yes.
from that, probably there are some other technical issues as well, like you might not be having a stable connectivity issue or connectivity, or maybe there might be power cuts in your area. So that leads to a lot more problems than it solves one. So I think these are the problems that you're facing currently. Apart from this, also since you're sitting back at home, you don't have the course material in hand. I mean, you can get it printed, but most of us, we are using our laptops 24/7 to learn whatever we want. So I think that's another big issue that we're facing.
So, okay, Ronak. So, as you said that the students have been using laptop 24 into 7 and there is a connect issue. So, how do you think this lack of physical interaction during or outside of the class has affected the mental health of the students?
So as I said, that peer-to-peer learning is one of the main things that you learn in school or any educational institute for that matter. And if you are not doing that, if you're sitting in your room 24/7, or if you're sitting back at home, so by this I'm assuming the COVID times that we are not even able to go out of our places. So you can't hang out with your friends, you can't go for activities, sports, or maybe organize events. So during undergrad and also postgrad, we have participated in a lot of events. So that keeps you engaged, that keeps you interacting with a lot of people inside and outside of college. So that's very important. But if you don't do that, if you're sitting back at home, I think that's a lot of issue for the students as well as the institute for that matter, because even the institute wants the students to come back and they are making efforts, but they're not being able to do so. So we have seen a lot of mails bouncing back and forth from students and the institute, where both the parties are trying to manage the situation, but the situation is such that it needs to be managed pretty early than later, and that would be easier for all of us.
So, Ronak, according to you, what can the learning platforms do to improve the services to make the online education more engaging and interactive for the students, for the faculties, or anyone?
Uh, Honestly, I don't believe that online education is as good or even at par with the offline education. So, online education, you can do a lot of things. I mean, you can teach the technical skills, or maybe I can learn a few concepts in finance, but the holistic development and the overall development that students look for, that cannot happen online. But having said that, maybe if you want to do, if the companies want to do something, maybe they can come up with services which have low bandwidth, some low bandwidth services where you do not need a lot of internet, and a lot of connectivity issues don't come up. So they can start with that immediately. Apart from that, I think if we are moving towards AR and VR, which gives you a more I mean, a more engaging environment where you can actually feel that you're in a classroom and you do not lack, or you do not feel that you're lacking it. Maybe that can be seen in the long term, but again, having said that, I don't feel we are in a situation where we can learn online and it will provide the same learning as an offline situation. So I think offline is the best that we can do.
So, Ronak, a personal question to you: that what do you think? How has your productivity like improved or decreased in like this work from home setup? Like, do you think that the colleges, the institutes should adopt a hybrid combination, or would you prefer a single system, either completely online or either completely offline model?
I would say sitting back at home, students really feel that they have become lethargic. So when you are on campus, when you are in school, you know that you have a lot of things to do, and then you are motivated seeing your peers. But when you are sitting back at home, you're in your bed, on your sofa, and in the chairs, but you are sitting alone, or maybe with one or two siblings, or maybe parents. So it does not really motivate you as much. So I think the productivity goes down because of that. And since being a member of a B school, I know how competitive environment has honed my skills. So that's very important. So I think that sitting back at home doesn't really help there. uh, what was the second question? Is it about the hybrid model that
Hybrid
we can
model,
follow?
yes. Like, would you prefer a hybrid model or a like a single model?
uh, Different people might have different opinions, but I have a strong opinion that sitting at home and following online classes is not really my thing. So maybe people are learning a lot there, but it's not my thing. And probably I would want that we go to the campus, we enjoy there, we learn there, we interact there, and all these things need to happen. And that's how we should move forward. Maybe in some situations like COVID has come up, so in that you don't have any other option. But given an option, any student would want to go to the campus and learn there, is what I feel. uh, yeah, that's it.
So, Ronak, how accountable do you think the students are in the online learning? Like, do you think their accountability has increased, decreased? So, what is the impact on the accountability thing, sincerity thing for the students?
I think definitely the accountability has gone down. So being a student myself, I realized that when we used to go to the class, you could not fall asleep during the class. You could not lie down here and there in the class. You cannot lie down in a class, right? But when you're back at home, you can simply lie down, switch off the camera, and tell the professor that my internet is not that good, and I won't be able to switch on the camera. And in most of the classes, like, the professors don't even care to cold call or anything, because we are not class 2 kids. So that is fine, and this students take advantage of that. So I don't think we are taking advantage of that. It's just the luxury that we have gotten. And since we have gotten that luxury, we don't want to let go of it. But if we had an offline class, definitely we would go to the class, and you could not fall asleep or even close your eyes for like 5 seconds during the class, because it's pretty embarrassing if the professor catches you. So in that sense, and also you could not miss a lot of classes on campus. But when you're back at home, you can simply log on to these classes, and no one would even come to know, until and unless the professor is pretty strict, or the teacher for a school in that matter. So probably the accountability has gone pretty much down, and this would really affect the learning of the students, if you talk about academics in particular. And for the other stuff, that the interactions and all that we talked about, definitely it has gone down, that we talked about. So yeah.
So, Ronak, you said that like some students don't want to switch on their video or audio. So, maybe like some students can switch on their audio or video, but do not do that irrespective of connectivity issues or family reasons. So, what do you think for those students? What are the effect on them on their personality development? Like,
So academics plays a major role in your personality and how you groom yourself and how you hone your skills. But although it's not the only thing, but it's a major thing. So if you are, so especially in a B school, everyone is being forced to come to classes, not because the campus or the admin thinks that, okay, since they're paying their fees, they need to come for classes, and it needs to maintain that decorum. But they understand that even if you don't want to attend the class, but still you're coming for the class, that gives you some learning. Like, if not the best of learning, some learning. But in this online mode, if I have been given a choice by the admin that, okay, if you're facing some connectivity issues, you can use that as a reason and not an excuse. You can use that as a reason and not switch on your video and your audio. So I would simply do that for all the classes, until and unless I'm being forced or I'm being cold called upon to do that. So that gives me a very simple excuse on my part. Although it had to be used as a reason, I'm using it as an excuse and I'm simply getting away with it. So I think it's given me a luxury to say so, and I'm not understanding how much it's harming me right now, but probably in the future I would understand that. So
So thank you, Ronak. Thank you for that insightful session. I think our audience will be taking a lot of insights from whatever you have said right now. So also just for the information of our audience, we are organizing uh, an L&D Elysium 2021 event in association with IIPA, and from February 16th to 20th February 2021. This is a 5-day long event which will witness a host of activities starting from paper presentation, panel discussions, awards, and much more. If you like to attend this session or want some more information, you can visit our website www.ascc.co.in. So thank you everyone. Thank you Ronak, and we hope to see you there. Thank you so much.
thank